Hey. This is Lisa A, and you're listening to Who's That Star on LCC Connect at Lansing Community College. Who's That Star is a behind-the-scenes show where I sit down and talk with the employees at the college. This is an inside look at LCC where you will have a chance to learn about their passions, projects, what inspires them both at work and in their personal lives. I'm your host, Lisa Alexander. I'm so excited to get a chance to talk to all the people who make LCC great. This show is for you to get to know the people that work at Lansing Community College a little bit more and see what makes them tick. Are you ready? Okay, let's go see who's today's star. Today, I have the pleasure to welcome someone that I've only known for a couple of years. She has such a welcoming personality. She works in student affairs, and she has one of the best smiles around. She's a team player and is always willing to extend a helping hand. She's a Michigan native and calls herself a Hollander. That means born and raised in Holland, Michigan. She earned a Bachelor's of Arts degree in Hospitality and Tourism Management with an emphasis in event planning and a minor in business from Grand Valley State University. She worked at Purdue University where she served as an assistant director of administration and conferences. She's a fun person and has added so much to our team. Okay, peeps, are you ready to find out who's today's star? Today's star is Amanda Cho. Welcome her. Welcome, Amanda. We're so glad to have you here.
Thank you, Lisa.
I don't know you as well as I know some of my other past guests, so I'm gonna dig down in and get to learn some more information about you because I really enjoy being around you. I think that your personality is really like infectious. You are one of the people that when I'm in a staff meeting and I know it's your turn to talk, I get excited because I know immediately I'm going to smile. And I know that you just have an enthusiasm about your job that I appreciate. And I think that you do a great job at that. So
thank you. Very kind of you to say.
So we're going to start out with, can you tell me a little bit about who you are and what is important to you in your life now?
Yes. So a little bit about myself. I'll keep it a little bit professional, a little personal.
All right. We'll start out that way.
So professional wise, I am a student engagement coordinator here at LCC. I noticed in your introduction, I love the long titles, but student engagement coordinator, anything with admissions. So orientation, recruiting, that's what I'm here at LCC for.
Okay.
Personal-wise, a little bit of who I am is, yes, born and raised in Holland. Right now I'm from the East Lansing area. I live there. Okay. And I put a little bit about myself is who I am right now. And I feel like I'm still questioning who I am, my identity, getting to know who I am, what irks me, what doesn't.
Right.
And I'm still learning it in this day and age, which is crazy. Many times I still feel like, as you are as a child and you grow up and you become an adult, you're rediscovering yourself. And a lot of what I feel I'm going through is things about well-being and my platform. We talk about in our titles and who we are in our personal life. A little bit in platform, I get to talk and present about LCC, and many times I'm challenged now with, well, what does Amanda like? And what are my hobbies?
Right.
And I'm rediscovering it all. So long story straight, my answer is I'm still rediscovering myself. And my main message is it's okay. And I hope listeners feel that vibe as they listen to this.
No, I mean, I'm older. I'm not going to say how much older than you, but I'm older. And I think that that's an important piece to realize that you're not going to always know everything that you need to know about you, right? That's you discovering. You're always learning and your likes and interests change. So I think that you're aware of that makes you ahead of the game because you know that this too shall pass, or maybe I will learn more or grow into this role or whatever you choose to do. So I think that's pretty cool. And that I liked how you put it, your platform. What does that mean? And so I might start saying that. So if you hear me say that, It came from Amanda Cho.
Oh, yes.
So how did you get started here at LCC?
Yes. So how I even got started was I was a trailing spouse. Like you mentioned before, born and raised in Holland, Michigan. What's funny is it ties into my first question of who I am. And many times when I say I'm from Holland, I get, unfortunately, the stereotype of, you don't look like you're from Holland. And I'm like, do I have to look a certain way? And I Dutch danced. And, it comes back to a lot of my good messages in higher education is no matter how you carry yourself, how you work, people look at you and they make assumptions on the way you look.
Right.
So I mentioned identity being important with knowing my background and being comfortable with who I am. So anywho, I was a trailing spouse. I came back to Michigan from Purdue, and I saw this role opened up. And what's funny is I like to scope things out before I become fully immersed in it. And there was a West Campus career fair that I know we do annually.
Yeah.
Give or take. I know with the pandemic, we may have missed in 2020, 2021.
Yeah, it was virtual.
Yes. Yeah. And I came in and I saw all the screens at West Campus. I saw the automobiles and I was like, wow, I want to work here. And long story straight, I applied for the role. I was interviewed with a really amazing hiring committee. And I don't know how much names we want to put into the podcast, but I'll keep them anonymous, but they know who they are and they're amazing. And I was astounded, and I got involved and luckily, funny story, I was throwing away my Indiana license plate, saying goodbye to my past life in Indiana, welcoming my home state. And I received the call and the offer that day. And I thought it was a sign. I was like, Michigan is where it's at. So
right, that was a sign. I think it let you know it was okay. Come on over here to LCC, because you worked at a 4-year institution, right? Before coming here.
I did.
What are some of the differences you see?
Oh my goodness, so many differences. For one thing, well, to be fair, I born and raised in the Midwest my whole life. So I know that Indiana and Michigan are both Midwest school areas. For sure, the sizes, I did feel it took a while for me to feel comfortable in a different state. I do really inspire folks to try, moving to a different area. It helps to rediscover who you are when you're in a brand new area. Haven't met many people in the town just yet. And that's what happened to me at Purdue. It was, I got to start from scratch with knowing myself so I could find friends, colleagues, partners, partnerships in regards to who I served in administration and conferences. Anywho, coming here to LCC and even Lansing and the East Lansing area, Okemos, all the surrounding districts around us, I felt at home. And I joke with my colleagues and I'm like, I sound horrible with my experience at Indiana and kind of dogging on the state. But once you find your people, your squad and your home, it's like, I made the right choice. And I'm glad I stepped away to a different state to see how I do, and
we are glad to, because we are
Yes.
glad to have you here. And I just think that you make, you do a good job in that role. But could you talk about a little bit more about, you talked about student engagement is pretty much everything admission. Could you go a little bit more into what that means? Like if a student called you, what would that look like?
Yes, especially with it being July and I call it August rush.
Right.
So many questions have been, how do I even get involved? How do I apply? Who do I talk to? And there's been a lot of angst coming out of the pandemic and that anxiety in regards to needing extra reassurance. And I've enjoyed what I do in regards to the listening aspect of what I do and also utilizing campus partners. Let's say we'll take a hypothetical situation where transfer students, that's another big one, where they're about to get started. And I'm from Kettering University and I want to come to LCC, take a couple courses and transfer back after the fall semester. How do I get going? And so on my end, you may not see it over the phone or the admissions call or Zoom or WebEx, all the fun platforms that we utilize to
Right.
connect with students. But I would pull up our website, look at the Get Started. That's my rubric. No matter how much I know this job, I need to be looking at something.
I do too.
So
It just
yes.
makes you feel comfortable. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
And then it's identifying, and if we have side conversation in regards to, I'm not doing so well in this university, or I love where I'm at. I want to, life happened and I moved to the Lansing area. I want to take advantage of your community college. Those are the conversations I enjoy when it's less, you do this. And to be fair, if the conversation is that and they just want to know, I will give that to them.
Right.
So it's a lot of listening and identifying the goals and asking the follow-up question of, did I answer that? And when it gets more comfortable and we're joking or there's more humor involved or a quick thank you or gratitude, whether it be from my end or their end, that's what makes that conversation so much more than a phone call,
Right. Yeah. No, I
Yes.
agree.
I joke about it and I'm all like, there are times when we pull up the phone app on our laptops and I feel chained to the desk and I sing the ever famous song, Don't Let Me Go, Don't Let Me Go, and my colleagues are hearing me sing it and I'm like, just let me go, and you do feel, in a sense, your laptop's always stuck to you or your
Right.
desktop and I'm staring at the screen, I'm checking email. However, when it becomes a conversation and I lose sight of that, and instead I'm having a one-on-one, and I'm envisioning that person in front of me. And granted, this changes as we come back in person,
Right.
which is exciting.
Yeah, we had to adjust to figure out how to keep our spirits up, because you're a people person and I am too. And not having that contact was very difficult. And so I know sometimes people want prescriptive advising or getting started, not that interaction, but I know it helps the student ease when it's more of an authentic conversation and getting to know. And I think you represent LCC well because you're like that front face. You, Blake, used to be Cassie and Mike, but just it's you and Blake right now holding it down. But yeah, I mean, you guys are the face of LCC in a way. Like when you go to because you go to schools, don't you?
No, but I have thought about, yes, there is a little employee perk with taking courses here at LCC, and I thought about it.
I meant to go for recruitment.
Yes, yes. So the other part, thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
I went so much into a situation that there are other areas in my position where the cycle, right? The annual cycle. So after we onboard and get students going for the fall, come September, October is recruitment season.
Right.
And to be fair, we recruit all year long. What happens is May, June, July is all new student orientation, which you and your team is amazing at. I call advisors the cherry on top. I was like, think of us as the people to help get you going. And many times I get asked the questions, are you an advisor? And I was like, I wish I was. I'm not. But, I can help get you going and get started. And so, yes, to answer a little bit of that, during recruitment season, I do go to high schools. I attend college fairs.
Okay.
Lots of travel. You'll see me with my little, I call it my stewardess roll on.
Right.
Many times it hits the back of my feet and I'm tripping on it, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. I get my extra steps. So I'm a big step person, like to have my water on me. You seen it?
Yeah, no, I like that. That's encouraging. Like, when we do that as a community here, I've gotten more physically fit because people are engaging. Oh, well, how many steps do you have? How many steps do you have? So I like that. I think that just makes an environment better. So
yes, it's definitely a lot of movement in this role. So many times I say, if I forget to look up, say hello to me. I'll be waving and walking and dragging my roll away on the same time. And one of the perks and the joys is saying hello to the friendly faces, which sometimes I lose sight of when I see the mission and I'm like, let's go to the car, let's stack it, let's travel, let's commute. So yes, I do work with high school counselors, whether it be in our district. Right now we are evaluating our local high schools now post-pandemic. So be on the lookout for Blake and I and who knows, an army of recruitment out and about in the near future. So.
Yeah, definitely. So you seem like you really enjoy your student engagement coordinator role. What keeps you here? Like, it's 3 years in. We're not letting you go nowhere. I got your leg tied up. So, but besides that, what keeps you here?
Yes. And I was laughing at this because I was like, if I get asked this question, will I sound like a suck up if I said Lisa? And I'm going to do an example. People like you, Lisa, who are so warm and inviting and we can laugh. What keeps me here is humor, fresh appeal, fun, excitement, that fresh eye perspective we get from students. And I'm going to bring up a little example of, I don't know if you realize, but our last encounter, I had a fun situation with the student, and I think you were seeing me like typing. I refer to the cat gif of like the cats angrily typing on their typewriter. I'm going to work with this email. I need to do some follow up. I need to make sure that they're all set. And I think like when you came in and you're like, Amanda, and I looked up and I'm like, huh? And it was so warm and so inviting, and you listened to me, and it was a situation where our paths got to cross with who we served.
Right.
And I had the honor to kind of say, listen, it's kind of rough right now. There's some confusion going on with, who I am and what I do and finding the right resource for them. And you were like, wait, they have an appointment with me. And I was like, oh my goodness, when we get to tag team and work as a village,
right,
that's what keeps me here. And I say when it becomes less work and more of a camaraderie, of an allyship, of, there's not always best situations here. We want to strive for it.
Right.
And at the same time, where can we be real to be like, ooh, I'm sure in your eyes, you're like, Amanda's kind of suffering here. How can I help her? And those are the moments where I hope I can mentor others, or vice versa. They can mentor me.
You have.
Thank you.
You have. I appreciate that. Thank you, Amanda. I do think that's one of the things that is really great about working here at LCC, the relationships that we build with one another and being able to see and support our peers, when they need it. Cause you helped me like with computers. So I'm old, right? And I came, I was like, okay, I need help. And you were able to go pippity pop and do what we needed to do. And I was like, wow, man, thank you. So that was a great experience. And it's something that, I may not have all the answers, but there's a team around me that has the answers that can help me. And I feel like I'm a part of your team. You're a part of my team. So I think it's really, really, really good. So yeah, I guess we are having us a love fest where we're just, but no,
there's not enough of that. I was reading the other day, I'm a big podcast listener, and I listened to a bunch of your segments as well. And we sometimes lose track of that, and we forget to celebrate ourselves and the fine works we do.
Right.
And I was like, applause. So I know you have a nice little applause button. I was like, I need that in my life. Like, and it's funny you mentioned technology. I'm laughing on the side. Hopefully you don't hear my chuckles in the background. But we do laugh with technology, and thank you for being such a high praise about that. My team has seen my computer glitch on me. They've seen my webcam not working, and they hear me screaming in the back, why is it not working?
Right.
And so I try to help the best that I can and try to find the easy button, but it's not always there. And that's what challenges us and toughens our skin up a little bit.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're there to help me. But we've heard about LCC, and I got a couple more questions before we go. I want to know what really lights you up and makes you excited in life.
Yes. Well, I am a lifelong learner. I will learn as much as I can and keep learning. And that's what excites me. I could think I'm an expert in something, and then life checks me and it's like, no, you do not know everything, Amanda. So in regards to learning what I do in life, if we want to get into hobbies, I do have a found love for music, adventure, culture, dynamic people. I feel I get blinded with sometimes. I have lifelong friends, and at the same time, I've been questioning myself post-pandemic of what more room do I have in my life where I can welcome more people and get to know the area more. Even though it's been 3 years since I've lived here, I enjoy food, music, festivals, anything about different cultures. I'm a food lover, and many times it's those who we work with and those we serve. We're very fortunate where our students don't all look the same.
Right.
And I try to learn that to my life personal. It's like why, many times I don't like when assumptions are made about me, yet I like to be checked when I make assumptions about people.
Right.
And that's what I like learning about us. You came across as this. It's like, oh, oops. Thank you for checking me. It's hard to hear. And at the same time, thank you for doing that, because it does take some courage to honestly speak
Right.
authentically.
It does.
And from the heart lately. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I got two more questions. My second to the last question is, what life lessons have you had to learn the hard way?
Yes. Ooh, lessons. I'm thinking plural. I know I'm thinking of one big lesson. My most recent one is as you learn and you grow through life, and as we elevate, we lose people along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it be life loss, which is the saddest of it all, but also a moment of growth and acceptance, it's also lately allowing myself to be human and not always looking to be a certain way, like, oh, I have to be strong. Oh, I have to always look a certain way for LCC and bury everything. You saw me at one of my vulnerable moments of, oh, it's getting to me, and, frantic. And we talk about serving the public and really listening to those we serve. And I feel I'm more challenged towards myself to be like, well, how do I feel today? And if it's a rough day, it's okay. Allow myself that release. If I need to cry, I'm not a good crier, though it's an ugly cry, but it's okay. Release it,
That's right.
And that quote was actually from one of our new associate deans. So I don't want to give credit to that. There was one day as well. I've just been so fortunate that you all have, when something's off. And as much as of a face I put on and try to focus on my work, I really appreciate those genuine connections. And this person was like, oh, something's off today. Are you okay? And I mentioned that there was a relationship I lost with a long good friend of mine. To be fair, it's not death, knock on wood, because that does happen as we grow and get older. It was one of those friends that really challenged me, and they were like, you've become a person that's totally different. And they've known me for 10 years. So I'm like, hey, at least I would like to know that I'm different as I get older. I don't want to be the same person. And it allowed me to connect with other folks kind of going through the same thing with life, with rediscovering ourselves, with admitting the truth of today's a rough day and that's okay. Give me some time to get through it, and setting out your boundaries. I think that's a good one that I want to showcase to the world of allow yourself time and grace and give kindness. And even if you don't on those certain days and you just need to cry, vent, let it out, focus on self-care practices. Do it.
Yeah, I definitely believe that self-care is so important because you can't help anybody else if you can't help yourself. So
yes.
And so my last question might be the most important one. Go green or go blue?
Go green. For all you go blues out there, MSU has a near dear space in my heart. My spouse works there. I've had family members that went there. I'm in the East Lansing area.
Yeah.
Go Stars as well.
That's right. Go Stars as well. Well, thank you, Amanda, for coming on Who's That Star today. I'm so glad that our audience got a chance to learn about you and the role of the engagement coordinator. So you please come back again, okay?
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are out for today. I was so glad to have an opportunity to talk with Amanda, and come back next week to find out who's that star. You've been listening to Who's That Star? I'm Lisa A., and you can listen to this episode of Who's That Star and other shows from LCC Connect anytime online at lccconnect.org. Thank you for listening. Catch me next time to find out who's that star.